2 and 1. We are live.
What's up, Donald?
How you doing, brother?
Good, brother.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Glad to have you back on the table.
You know how it be.
What's new with life, brother?
Work.
Yeah? You looking
man.
fresh with that North Face beanie?
Got the North Face drip.
You are, man. I'm telling Brandon all the time, you should be sponsored by North Face, bro.
I'm on.
This
North
guy
Face
is
where you
always
at?
decked head to toe North Face. I'm like, damn, cut. So I just said cut, yeah. Don't judge. Anyways, we're starting it off with the Land of Enchantment 505 graphic art design, and that's from one of our good friends, Mongo Manny. Shout out to Mongo Mandy. You're one of the Manny. Sorry, I didn't say Mandy. Manny. Mongo Manny. You're one of our good friends, actually, and you always make the sickest graphic designs. This was one of my personal favorites that he did, just because I don't know, I just related to it. I love like the dog. It reminded me of like the dog fight in the 505. You know what I mean? Like the Land of Enchantment.
Yeah.
Like we're not like here to just like roll over to anyone. You know? Like you're gonna have to. Anyone in New Mexico is like automatic. Just from living here alone, I feel like you're automatically tougher than like anyone else like in the United States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the environment.
Yeah.
Going to school, growing up, like just being a part of this. And I know like we're like. Everyone like says, oh, well, we're the lowest in education, and we're the lowest in this, lowest in that. But you know what, dude? A lot of people from here have a lot of heart.
Yeah.
And, like, we know what it's like to struggle, dude. Even, like, the people that are here.
Doing good.
Yeah, even the people here doing good. Just go into the store. You never know what's going to happen at Walmart on Zuni, you know?
Hey, that's a war zone.
So you got to dress with your freaking old sweats. Flip-flops, cowboy hat, and then go in the store, you blend in. Anyways, so yeah, shout out to Mongo Manny. You're one of our favorite friends.
Yeah, man.
I respect you, bro, and just keep doing what you're doing. Keep making us more graphic designs and representing New Mexico, man, because we'll definitely always promote you and put you on the map. So,
Good
shout
deal.
out, bro. So yeah, it's been a while, guys, and you know what? I don't even care.
Could be today, could be tomorrow.
Yeah, we told you from the beginning, we're gonna do this whenever we have time. And you know, our lives are crazy, man, especially now in the winter. It's picking up. You got your own thing going on, I got my own thing, and it's like just to get a chance to get a haircut, it's like hard, you know what I mean?
Man.
I was telling my dad, I'm like, dude, I can't even get a haircut. I can't even find an hour in my week to
It's hard, dude.
yeah.
Definitely hard with the schedule. And then daylight savings, you know.
It was nice at first, but it's kind of a mind trip.
It
now.
feels like so late at 6. You're just like, damn, I thought it was 10. You're in bed already, bro. Like, god damn.
Seriously. I'm like ready to call it quits after dinner.
Yeah, dude.
As soon as I get off work, I'm like, is it time to go to bed? But it is what it is, guys. And I gotta say, I missed you. I love all the feedback that you guys gave us on Instagram. Thank you guys for all of your support. Thank you guys for just encouraging us to keep doing this. We were always going to just do whatever we wanted anyways, but it's nice to just kind of hone in to our listeners and see what you guys think. And I was actually like thrown off by like how much people were like told us to like keep doing what you're doing, like I don't know, like it just started off like it made me realize like okay, me and you, we're just we could care less if no one was watching this, like we have fun. But then whenever I saw that many people were trying to like just give us positive encouragement and just tell us to just keep on doing what we're doing, keep being weird, keep like just whatever thing that they liked about us, it was like kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like really anxious to like find time to get this next episode. I was like, Brandon, like as soon as we get a chance, man, as soon as you know, and it's like, oh, I got this going on tonight.
Yeah.
I gotta get up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. And you know what, dude, we made it happen, man. And I'm glad to have you here.
Dog.
Always
Glad to be
respect
here.
you.
Respect goes a long way, brother.
Yeah, man. Like we're not just cousins, we're not just primos, but like I got your back no matter what, dude.
Same for you, brother.
And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for. I've just been so like I know it's like November and it's like Thanksgiving time and everyone's doing their Thanksgiving whatever, but like I've really been like just thankful, bro. Like for every little thing like in life. Like even like when I have a hard day, I'm like, dude, like
there's always someone hurting more than you are too.
Yes.
That always puts it in perspective for me. When I have a bad day, I'm like, it could be like 10 times worse. You know, like what some people go through. I'm just like, yeah, just said nothing.
How can you complain?
Yeah.
You know, you watch, even just, I get on Instagram and I see stories and people in wheelchairs, people with disabilities, people with like losses in their family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, whoa. You know, how can I complain about me, like, having a rough night's sleep or something? Like, this person is, like, struggling every day to just, like, survive, you know?
No, yeah, it's the truth. But what can you do? But switching subjects a little bit, hear the new Kanye album?
I did, bro. And you know what? I gotta just, before I get into this, I want to tell everyone right now. Kanye West, we've talked about him even on our first podcast. And I mean, I think in the past, like, year 2017, whatever, ever since Kanye wore the MAGA hat, everyone's automatically, it's like, you say his name and everyone's like, oh, you like Kanye West? He's a Trump supporter. How dare you? And it just goes to that automatically. But put all that aside, bro. And if you really, and this is like for my Christian listeners, if you guys call yourself a Christian and you really, really give this album a listen, you can't tell me that you don't hear the freaking Holy Spirit, dude, in some of these songs.
Oh yeah, you could tell this is like one of his more. You could tell like in some of the lyrics he dug deep. Like what is it, Hands On, where he says he says the first ones to judge me were the Christians. Like, you could tell he like it really affected him.
Mm-hmm.
And as Christians, we should be more. You shouldn't judge people off of anything really.
Yeah,
that's not our place to judge.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go to church, you're not going there to be perfect. You're there to get right with God. And
yes,
you know, even though the church should be outside of the walls too,
for sure,
you're there for community and to hear a good word. And
the church is a recovery center.
Yeah,
you know, we should all be there. You know, we're all going through this life together.
We're all messed up in there. We're all in one place, and then we're all messed up in our own ways. And it shouldn't be, well, he's just doing it for publicity, or you're doing it for money, or just, you know, and you could tell he's doing it for the right reasons.
Well, yeah, it's like, it's in the way I see it, in Hollywood, in the music industry, in all of everyone that's surrounding him, they're not like that at all. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to stand up for God. You even say God in school and you'll get freaking shamed, you know? Oh, yeah. And you're hanging around like all these people that are like totally opposite, and he knew, obviously, he had to have known when he put this out, you know, this is going to stir the pot. Like, this is really going to, like, draw the line. Like, this is who I am. And he probably knew, you know what, as soon as I put this out, whatever, I'm going to get persecuted. Yeah. And not only that, I'm going to have to really, really walk the line, the straight and narrow path, because once you put out a gospel album, once you really lay it down and say, this is who I am, then you have to stay on that, because you can't say this is who I am and then him be going out crazy, going wilding, buying like stripper, whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like all eyes are on him now. There's a magnifying glass on him. And that goes for all of us people that say that we're like that. You know, anytime you say that you're one type of person, everyone expects you to live that life. And I don't think like, even like as some people that like, we all say like, or some people say that they're Christians, shouldn't say like, oh, just because I found spiritual enlightenment. And this doesn't just mean like for Christians. This is just anyone who just thinks they found spiritual enlightenment or really is like honing in on a higher spiritual level. Yeah. They shouldn't look down on people that haven't found that yet and say like, oh, I'm more enlightened than you. You know, I've done
this and this. Yeah, I feel like it shouldn't be more of a checklist. Mm-hmm. Like, I did this, I gave today, what did you do? It shouldn't be more like that. It should be more of like the love you have for people. Mm-hmm. In any like religion or anything. I feel like it's for the love of people, you know? Mm-hmm. But
that's what it's all about, dude. And you know what? And that's one thing I don't even got to tell you about. Like, I just love people, man. Yeah, I love people. Like, what would you do without people in your life? Like, people, and I'm going to get to this in a sec, like, people do some annoying stuff. You know what I mean? Like some people do some annoying stuff, and you're like, God dang, like what the heck is wrong with you? And it's like, I wish I could just change the way you think.
Yeah.
But you can't, you know. And if you did want to change the way someone thinks, you're not gonna change the way they think by freaking punching them in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or silencing what they say. I see a lot of that in the United States.
Yeah, I don't know. So, getting back to it, what annoys you the most?
What annoys me the most
about like people nowadays, or on social media, or anything like that?
I think, it annoys me, but at the same time, I have like sympathy for like what annoys me. You know what I mean? Like I see it from like their perspective. And I gotta say, like, what annoys me the most is people, like, being too afraid to come out in the open about who they truly are, what they really like, and just taking the easy route and just going with what everyone likes.
Yeah.
And just because it's easy to say, oh, I like this, oh, it'll help me, like, camouflage my way. So no one will be like, oh, what the heck, you like that? Or what? That's weird. Like, people are so afraid of just getting that one finger pointed at them that they're just, and they live their whole life of uncertainty just to blend in, you know? I don't want to offend this, but I don't want to do this. Yeah. I know I really like this weird type of music, but I'm not going to tell no one I like it.
Yeah, it just feels,
you know?
Dark. Yeah.
And let me just finish real quick. Like, I sympathize with that, though.
Yeah.
Because people are freaking mean.
They're ruthless now.
People are mean, dude. Yeah. If you like wear like a funky hat or wear like a funky sweater, people are like, they just automatically point the finger. Like they might really like this sweater. I mean, I wouldn't blame you for liking this sweater, but they might be like, did you see that, Josh? He's wearing that like weird knitted sweater. Like it's so weird, huh? And everyone just like, yeah, it is. And then it's like it just keeps going, and it's like, do they really hate it? Do they really? And even if they do, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just people are just too afraid to freaking be weird.
Yeah.
I'm like totally representing weird now. And I respect people for like, if I see someone doing something different, whatever, and they're doing it with their full heart or just doing it because they don't really care.
Yeah.
I respect that more than someone who's, you know, just riding the wave. And that's what we're all about, right? Like, we're freaking against the grain, dude. Like, it says it in our title.
Yeah.
This is who we are. We're against the grain, and we represent, like, the weirdos. We represent the outcasts. We represent the people that were kicked down, but you know what? We freaking rise to the top, dude, and we're leaders.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to be freaking a lone wolf, you know? And neither are you.
Yeah, we do what we want, bro. That's the thing.
Yep. That's true.
So
we do what we want, but we try and do it with love.
Exactly.
That's it. And it's hard, you know, there's always a balance to everything. It's like,
and that's the hardest part, is finding the balance.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be like Thanos and just wipe out half the population. Just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, it'd be like that sometimes, though.
What about you, bro? What annoys you?
Like good old Uncle Joey Diaz says, this new breed of Gentiles. I'm just kidding. I think what pisses me off about now,
I'm sorry, that was funny,
is I think everyone tries to be right. Like you see it on Twitter, you see it in, like, if you go somewhere, it's the argument is like, in that circle, who's right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, I don't know, with political views, with everything, someone's trying to be right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but where do you draw that line? Like, all I see is bickering, but there's no, you guys are all just trying to sound the smartest in the room. And there's no, you guys are not coming to a point of like agreeing or disagreeing. It's just more you guys like people rambling on of, you know, like what they're arguing about.
Mm-hmm.
Which most likely is political views.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just stupid.
I agree with you, man.
I'm like, you can't, I feel like what you said a little bit, you can't change someone's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all these protests, whatever, go protest, like, that's your right. But you shouldn't, if someone's protesting something, I don't feel like that other party shouldn't be there saying, like, shutting them down, like you said, like, you know, on both sides. You can't change someone else's vote. Like, go vote for who you're going to vote for, and that's it. Mm-hmm. That's it. You know, like, you don't need to I don't need to try to...
Like, shut down, like, other groups, like, silence.
Say you're voting for someone other than I am. Or you liked something other than I did, and I'm trying to like force my opinion on you, saying like if you don't like this, like, you know, I think that's so stupid and absurd to me. Like, just shut up.
Yeah,
it's like I'm just trying to look at funny things on Twitter, dude.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't know. That's my point of view. That's my opinion.
This is the way I think it. Like of it. Like I think what the United States sucks at really, really bad right now, in the world too, is we just suck at communicating.
Yeah.
We suck at like having an open conversation without getting offended.
Yeah.
Like the college campuses used to be a place where you go to get offended so you can grow and be enlightened and learn about new belief systems, and that was where you went to get tougher skin. But it seems like and I'm just bringing up college campuses because that's like where all of the most violence and all of these like differences and points of views are happening.
Yeah.
And people are shutting each other down. And people are showing up at like all these outreaches and like rah 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 rah, and they're like trying to interrupt speeches, and it's like you're hurting your whatever side you're on. If you're doing that, you're making yourself look even worse.
Yeah, like,
because it's like, why would you be silencing someone?
Yeah.
If their opinion's so bad or if what they're doing is so bad, then let them just talk and they'll just sound stupid or whatever, you know? But by you yelling at them and not even giving them a chance to even say what they're going to say, then people are automatically going to be like, well, why are you shutting them down? What do they really have to say?
Yeah, see?
And then they're going to listen more
to what they're saying than what you're saying. Yeah, but
I just think open conversation is lacking in America. It really is. Like, there's been times where I'll talk about certain things and people are like, what? How dare you even do that? And I'm like, dude, I'm just talking about it. Like, what? You're judging me just because I said this one thing?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with that, you know?
It just, I think we're just too sensitive nowadays, dude. Everyone's too sensitive on something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say this, you can't say that. Like, but where does our freedom of speech come into play? You can't take that away.
Yep. I don't think you can. As soon as you start attacking speech, and I hear this term, hate speech being thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
And it's being thrown around really loosely. And it's getting kind of dangerous because people are like now just starting to say hate speech is a crime. Well, what is hate speech?
Yeah.
Hate speech could be like anything.
Yeah.
Like I could say, oh, that's a cool sweater. Oh, that's hate. Like you could just point your finger. And then if the law gets intertwined in that, anyone could just point their finger at you and say, hate speech. Freaking thrown into the wolves. And it's like, what? And that's when like you just gotta watch out. Free speech. Yeah, people, it's like some people say some rotten stuff. But the good people are going to hone in, and I mean, it's going to be easier to point them out, you know?
Well, yeah, even if they say wrong things, that's the right.
Yeah, you know, at least we'll know who's saying wrong things and right things, because everyone's going to have a chance to speak.
Exactly. I don't know, I think it's just so messed up, dude, nowadays. I think you're right, we need to have an open conversation, because I think both, like even, like the biggest thing is the political views. You're probably gonna get in a fight if you wear the red hat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. But like, why? I don't understand that why part.
Mm-hmm. Like how like something like that like is so triggering. You mean?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand why. Because like some people wear something else that may be offended to somebody else. You don't see them going up there and punching you in the face.
Mm.
I think it's more of like the internet telling you should hate that.
Mm.
You know, like what you said, you need to go find your own views.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Political stuff aside, it's getting too bad, dude.
Yeah.
I think we just need to respect each other. That's it. It comes down to respect. Once you have respect for someone, you're not gonna, not worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You're not gonna worry about a hat. You're not gonna worry about what someone said.
Dude, when you die, you're not gonna care about what color shirt the other person was wearing in your life.
You just become more.
You know, you're gonna really, when it comes to the end of your life, you're gonna say like, who did I love? What did I do to make a difference? How did I help? Like, I feel like all those things are really, that's what's gonna be important. When you look back at your life, are you gonna look back at like someone's stupid differences in you? Like, you're gonna look back at like, oh, who did I connect with? I had this whole life. Who did I connect with and love? How is my, like, what I did on this earth gonna carry on and continue? Like,
yeah.
Is it gonna be just you at freaking with the freaking microphone, just shutting everything down and being like jerks.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it goes both ways, dude. I don't like to take any side on like everyone says, are you left or you right? Are you Republican or are you? It's like, why? So you can put me in a box. If I tell you left, you're gonna think of me that I'm automatically this person. Exactly. If I tell you right, then you're gonna think I'm automatically this person. Well, guess what? What if I like things on both sides? Exactly. You know, why do I have to be black or white? I'm Josh Griego. You know, I'm gonna do what I want. I might like this person, certain things about them, and there's something that I don't like about them. It's life, dude. Why do we have to be so like single dimension?
Because people want to put you in a box. Like either you're with me or you're against me. Pretty much in both of these. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, like because I see things. I'm in the middle. Yeah, you know, personally, that's me. That's my opinion. I see both things both ways. I see both perspectives. But like once you talk to someone, they're like, well, so which side are you on? Like, what do you mean, which side am I on?
Yeah. Who did you vote for?
It doesn't matter who I vote for. That's my personal business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people, I think that should be someone's personal business and not up in the public.
Yeah.
Because when you go vote, you're not telling someone, like, I'm voting. You just put it on paper and you leave.
Yeah.
You're not making it to the world, you know? So
that's true.
I think it should be, I don't think political issues should be, they should be talked about, but they shouldn't be causing over fights.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, there's like, it's like, what can you, I mean, the only thing you can do is vote by changing like all that stuff. Why let it consume that much of your time? Yeah. Like, what did you do in your day-to-day life that worked towards what you believe in? Yeah. You know, I think just ask yourself, what do you believe in? Who do I love? How can I improve on those things? Yeah. What mistakes did I make? Are they mistakes that I couldn't change? Are they mistakes that I could change? Are they things that are directly caused by what I did? You know, sometimes we can't control things that happen in our lives, but you can control the way that you respond to them. Yeah. You know, and it's hard. Yeah. Sometimes curveballs, God throws a curveball at you and you're like, what the heck, man? You know, like I'm trying my best and you're giving me having this hard day or whatever. But it's life, dude. And you know what? Yeah. Without hardships, without all this stuff, without even what we're talking about, all this stuff going on, there's a reason for the season. Yeah. And there's always a bigger plan. And I know it sounds like I'm just loosely throwing it around like God has a plan.
He does.
But He does, man. And if you recognize that, it gives you better comfort and like, and that you're not, this life isn't just chaos. There's some type of order. There's some type of, there's goodness going on behind the scenes. And if you look hard enough, I guarantee you'll find 1,000 more good things in your day.
And bad.
Yeah. You know, we'll look hard to find like 4 bad things in our day.
And let it ruin you.
And there's freaking 1,000 things, dude. I'm like, take a breath right now.
I'm gonna ask you, like, have you ever seen me not smile? No. That's what I'm saying, dude. You gotta go through this. Like, I love to smile. I love to be happy. Like, why let something little bring me down in the day, you know? Like, it's a long day, dude. You know, it's a long 24 hours, you know? So, like, of course there's gonna go bad things and you're gonna get pissed. I'm gonna be mad at my truck, but, like, a good song comes on. Like, what was I mad about?
Which is a good song?
Dude, anything, dude. Anything in the playlist, bro. You know how it goes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, why let like a little chewing out, someone like, say my supervisor yelled at me. Mm-hmm. Why get mad about that? I probably did something wrong. I let that bring down my day. Just be like, shoot, take it with a grain of salt and you move on to the next thing, you know? Like,
I respect that, dude.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that's how I was raised. Mm-hmm. That's for my personal. I get yelled at, just shake it off. And sometimes you gotta, sometimes it'll stick with you a little bit, but like, find something to do, man.
Don't fight back against it.
Go have fun. Like, you're right. We only have one life at this. We only have one try at this life, dude. Mm-hmm. Might as well make it good.
That's true. Might as well, dude. I like that. I respect that about you because you're a young cat, dude. You're not even 21 yet.
Rip.
And like when I hear you talking to me like this, and I'm like getting enlightenment from you, dude. I just think like, where was I when I was 20? I was crazy, dude. I was crazy.
Well,
Like,
you
I
are
still
older.
am crazy. I'm older now.
Yeah.
And I still am crazy. You know? And I'm still learning. And
We
I'm
all
not
are,
that
bro.
old OG, you know what I mean? But, like, I respect you, dude. You're such a young cat. And for you to, like, know and realize that stuff at a young age, that's really, really, like, a good advantage, dude. Because the way you think, man, you watch, dude. You keep showing up to work with that state of mind. Dude, the doors are going to get bigger for you, dude. And all of a sudden, they're going to get easier for you to walk through. And you're not even going to have to worry about it because right now you're planting good fruit, you know? You're deeply rooting a lot of good fruit. And even though it hasn't bloomed yet, dude, in about 2, even a year, you're going to start seeing those good fruit start to develop.
That's what we were talking about earlier, me and you, when we said, like, we're kind of both new at our jobs.
Yeah.
We got to do the grunt work. We got to pay our dues, you know?
Yep.
And those OGs are like, look at us, like, you know, dang, they're really doing it with a smile on their face. I mean, they want to be here. They want to do their job, you know?
Yep.
That's why we hired them, or for whatever reason, you know? And that's, like, you, dude, that's a big inspiration to me. Just like, yeah, man, like, we're both doing this grunt work, dude, different levels, but, you know, it pays off at the end, you know?
It does, man. You got to humble yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta humble yourself, and I don't really like to talk about like my work and stuff and what I do like specifically, but like one thing I will tell you guys is like, I had really bad injuries in my life due to snowboarding, and I had to completely, stop work for like about 6-7 months. And when I went back into the workforce, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew the way to get there. I had to humble myself. I had a vision. But I knew that I had to pay my dues, like we just talked about. And I was a custodian at the labs.
Yeah.
For a year, a little bit less than a year. But I was there, dude, with the degree. I had a bachelor's degree in business, an associate's in structural fire science, and I was going back down that level. Yeah. But I knew that because if I paid my dues there,
you can find a better
I could network. I knew that, like, if you had an internal job, you got the first bid on all of the internal jobs. I knew that. And I knew that eventually that was going to open. But, like, people, they don't want to, like, they're like, oh, that type of work? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm already doing this. I'm not going to do that. Dude, I had a freaking bachelor's degree. Yeah. And I did the grunt work, dude, and the perfect door opened at the right time, man. And now I'm like one of the highest level technologists, and I get to do a bunch of fun work, man. And it paid off, it paid off, and I'm still doing grunt work now. Where I'm at, I'm the new guy.
But see, like,
I'm the young guy.
A lot of like supervisor advice here is, I bet you and you where you work is, they miss being in there because now they're not on the field, they're doing behind the scenes.
Yes.
And you're like, I wish I was there doing whatever you're doing.
Yep.
I wish I was back down at your level because it's new. Every day is new. Now I just come here, make the same call or whatever they do.
Yep. The come up.
Yeah. Now they look back and they're like, dang, I wish I was a little bit out of my office. I bet you hear that too, because I hear that all the time. Like, I wish I was out there doing what you guys are doing, but I have to take care of this.
Seriously. Yeah, my job, I gotta do both, I gotta be in the office, I gotta be out on the field. There's some people, it's like some of these managers and stuff, like they gotta just be in their office, dude.
Yeah.
Freaking calling the shots. That's not an easy thing to do.
It's a lot of stress.
Yeah, so enjoy the come up, enjoy paying your dues. Don't be afraid to humble yourself. Don't be afraid to look like a loser when you have a vision. Who cares what anyone else is telling you? No one can see that but you, so they can't really tell you what to do, And if they do, like you said, take it with a grain of salt. Maybe they do have some good insight. But still, like, if you have a vision, you got to be able to put in the work.
Yeah.
You can't just expect to just be right here. There's steps you have to go through to get up here.
Yeah.
And you can't skip. Sometimes you might look out and you might skip a step. But if you're not working your butt off every freaking day, dude, and waking up with a good attitude, like you said, smiling, people want to work with someone that has a freaking good attitude, dude. I know I do. I don't want to work with someone who's a jerk and complains all the time.
always in the blues though.
Yeah.
And like the work part, yeah, you have to. He also has to like be complimentary with the good work ethic. Because look at like cliche example, like look at Tom Brady, 6th round pick in the NFL. Like no one's like this dude's gonna be like.
He was a 6th round pick.
Yeah. Like, all right, combine, not the fastest dude, but he look at him now. Works. He's probably the hardest worker. Gets in there before everyone else. Leaves at the end of the day, the last one out. You know, like you can't. That's work. Like that work ethic has like it's contagious.
The stuff's not just given.
Yeah, no. You know he worked for all those 6 Super Bowl rings he has now. Being a 6th round pick, now he has 6 Super Bowl rings. You know, like.
Have you seen? I'm sure some of you guys have seen. It just reminded me of that meme, or there's like a picture of like an iceberg, right? And it shows like you see the iceberg above the water. This is like a little tip of the iceberg, and it says like success, you know, trophy, whatever, your accomplishments. Yeah. And below is a big old, huge, bigger piece, and it's like struggles, you know, hardships, all the stuff like that it took. But this is all you see. All you see is like me winning. But you don't know all the stuff that went on behind the scenes that no one else really sees, you know? Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that, you know? Yeah. Like, we all struggle behind the scenes, but it's all good, dude. It's all love. Nothing but love, man. But you gotta have that fight in you sometimes.
You have that little dog, you know?
I told Brandon, I'm like, you know what? We're gonna get on some rants this episode. We got the 50 Filthy poster behind us. I might go off, you know? I might get a little crazy.
Uncle Joey's in me tonight, though. But it was fun. You gotta go check out your squad. The wrestling team, dude. Looks good. It looks
Thanks,
like some little dogs.
Yep. I threw my little wrestlers in with like one of the toughest national tournaments is the dual tournament. And the crazy thing about this tournament is it doesn't have age limits. It doesn't have age groups, so it only has weights. And so you can have like 3rd graders wrestling 6th graders as long as they're the same weight. And I always do this every year. It's not even like, it's like our season hasn't even started yet, but I'll get a dual team together, like some of our best wrestlers at whatever weight, and I'll throw them in with the Wolves, dude. And we went against teams from Colorado, Texas. We went against kids from New York, all over. And I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. We got our butts handed to us. But I know for a fact that like our kids, when they go into regular season, are gonna destroy everyone in their like age and weight class, because they've already went and they're hungry right now. They're like pissed off. Yeah. What the heck, you know? This kid just freaking like these kids from New York. You know, they're 5 years older than me, but they're getting spanked, and they're like they really got the skill, but sometimes you gotta get beaten down to really get more hungry. And that's just something that I do, and it gets some good mat time. And so next weekend we start our like first actual tournament.
Nice.
We got 80 kids, bro. We got them new singlets.
The singlets are dope.
We got them all new gear, and it's gonna be fun, bro. It's fun. I enjoy it. I like it. It makes me laugh. Some of these kids. You went to a couple practices, man. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
I was happy to have you in the room. I was watching you take it to some of my coaches. I was like, that's it.
Oh, well, AJ was beating me up, dude.
Yeah, but also, like, another thing that happened in my life, and this just happened yesterday, is I went on my first ever deer hunt, and it was a mule deer hunt, rifle hunt. I actually lucked out. I got a really good unit, really good land. And actually I got one.
I know, dude.
And it was me and my dad. And so just to put this into perspective, my dad's never put in for a hunt either. Yeah. So my dad this was our first hunt together, ever. Yeah. Like, you know, like some people go hunting and they have their uncle that's been like 10 times, knows the land, what to do. Dude, me and my dad I got this hunt. We're like, let's do this? He's like, yeah. He's like, let's go get a buck. We stayed in the horse trailer. We camped in the horse trailer. We didn't even have a camper. We stayed up on the top where the blankets are, cowboy style. Just me and him. And we went out there, dude, and we hunted hard. We hunted hard for 2 days straight, about 8 miles a day. Like, just hiking, dude. Like, by the second morning, we were looking at each other like freaking exhausted, dude. We were hiking, dude, just getting it. Just like anyone else that hunts. But we were hunting hard. Like, we didn't take no
Yeah.
breaks. Like, we didn't eat breakfast. We ate jerky. We got up at 4 a.m., went just walking, scoping. And, you know, it was already getting, like, it was like maybe 9:30, 10 on the second day. And me and my dad found this little spot, and we sat down, and we were just like, we'd already walked like 4 miles. And we just needed to like just recoup, you know? Drank some water, gave him some water, got a little bit of peanut butter to get some energy, get some protein. But we're just talking, dude. Like, me and my dad, that was what made this trip everything, was just
Talking with your dad.
me and my dad, dude.
Yeah.
We never really get to hang out. If we do, it's like for dinner, eat real quick. And we were just hanging out, dude, like just enjoying each other's company, like realizing like, it's my dad, dude, like we're good. You don't realize that your dad's like your best friend or whatever until like you hang out with him for like a day.
Yeah.
And you're like, this guy's like, just like, he's me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll get into little arguments or whatever, but this guy's like me. Like, he created me, and we're just laughing, dude. Laughing, we're just hanging out, dude, quiet. And there was a moment where it was like, my dad had a feeling. He had a gut feeling. He said, do you want to go this way? He's like, I have a feeling. He's like, that terrain looks like it actually would have like some deer in there. He's like, but it would take us off path, you know? We still got to hike 4 miles to get back to the 4-wheeler. He's like, it's up to you. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to go with your gut feeling, man. I said, let's just go hike it out another mile. And so we just said, okay, man, let's do it. You know, we kind of got like our second wind.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we started walking like maybe like a quarter mile, dude. And we're walking, and my dad's in front of me. And I see a freaking like change in like pattern, right? Like above me. It's like 250 yards away. And I say, Dad. Because he's in front of me. I can't like tap. He's up there. I say, Dad, like enough. And he looks back at me, and I'm like, we just knew, dude. I saw it, dude. Big old freaking deer, dude. Giant deer. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and he's like, wait, don't shoot it, he's telling me. Because we weren't sure if it was a doe. It was so far away. I didn't want to screw up and shoot a doe. And so I get down in my binoculars, we're both standing, and he looks at me and he says, it's a buck. And as soon as he says that, it starts freaking running, dude. And immediately my heart's just beating, dude. You know, you've worked so hard, and you see this deer just running away. And my dad just says, shoot it. I get on my knees, bro, and I just follow it for about 1 second. Like, it was that quick. Like, I got on my knees, 1 second, and I figured it was running, so I like, in my head, I just tried to aim like a little bit ahead, like a football pass. And I went, boom. And I stayed looking through the scope, boom. And I just see it freaking lock up, dude, and go upside down. It looked like when Ben Askren got freaking kneed in the head, dude. Homie was out, and I saw it, and I was like, yes! And I told my dad, I was like, I got it! And he's like, I don't know, son. Like, he wasn't sure, because he didn't see it.
Yeah.
He's like, I think it ran off, because it was running, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's up there. And he was just like, I don't know. Finally, we saw it, bro, and it was like the best moment ever, bro.
Adrenaline rush.
I've never hugged my dad, dude. I freaking picked my dad up, dude. I was like, we did it. And like, it was my dad's last day to hunt with me.
Yeah.
I was going to hunt with you. We planned on hunting together after that. But we got it on the second day, dude. And we couldn't find the bullet hole anywhere. And we finally figured out, dude, the bullet went from one ear right through the other. Like, perfect. So like, when I thought I was aiming ahead, it actually probably shot right where I was aiming. And it just went right through its head, dude. And so the meat was perfect, everything, man. We gutted it. You came over last night, man.
Yeah.
We had some steaks, dog.
Yeah, dude, that's so sick. I bet you
Sorry, like a long rant, but it was just like a crazy moment. Like,
on top of the world feeling.
it was, man. And it was just fun. And I know I got a lot of hate from all of you people that are like against animal hunting and all that stuff.
Did you?
But some people were like, oh, I'm against hunting. Don't post that. But I'll tell you one thing, that deer, none of it went to waste. We butchered the whole thing today. Man. I made steaks. I packaged all the steaks today. We cut apart all the ribs, all of the quarters. I hung them today on like some wires. I'm going to let it like sit for like a day to get like seasoned. And then I'm gonna take it to the butcher and we're gonna eat the whole thing.
That's what they're.
There's nothing that went to waste. And
that's so stupid.
It was kind of
my opinion. But that pisses me off too, because look at California right now. They don't take care of their forests. No.
It is what it is.
But you know, happy for you, dog.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Don't let those people bring you down, man.
No, I'm not, dude. I mean, I felt good. I have no. That animal didn't suffer, dude. That was an old deer. It lived a good life. It was a 10-pointer.
You know, dude.
It was gray, you know.
And you get the European mount.
Yep, I'm gonna get it mounted. I just gave it to my uncle today.
Maybe it'll be the next.
I'm gonna put the freaking horns right here next episode. Just kidding. So yeah, man, that was like one of my highlights. It just happened yesterday.
I know, dude. I bet you're
And
stoked.
that's actually like part of why we're able to do this episode tonight. It's because me and you called off the whole week because we thought we were gonna be hunting, and I got the deer right away. So we're like, "Do you want to go back to work?" Nah.
Yeah.
But you know we would have got it, man.
Yeah.
Me and my dad didn't get it. Me and you would have slapped one.
I'm happy it was you and your dad, though, man. That's a good moment to have.
Me too.
Pops.
It was, man. He was just, it was cool. He was like, you could tell he was proud of me, but he was proud of himself too. You know, like I took my son hunting. We did this.
Yeah,
you know, we got it done.
Yeah.
No one could say like he did it for me or what. My dad, I told my dad, because he was like, you did it. That was all you. I'm like, dude, the only thing that you didn't do was pull the trigger. I said, you did this whole thing with me. We hunted our butts off. You were right there with me. We hiked. We ate jerky together. Yeah. There was a moment we almost got attacked by a bull on the top of a mountain. We went over the top of this mountain and there was a giant freaking bull, dude. And we just ran into it like it was just right up there. And it got up and it was ready to freaking charge us, dude. Like, you know how when it just has its laser eyes on you, me and my dad were like, oh, shoot, dog. And we stayed looking at each other for like 15 seconds. And finally, like, we kind of just were able to, like, go the other way. But he was there, you know, he was there the whole time. And I'm more proud of him than I am of myself.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. I want to, like, it made me, like, look forward to having kids and want to do that someday with my kid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's stuff, like, I'm getting to that age where I'm, like, wanting stuff like that, you know? Like, I'm wanting, like, to, considering having a family and stuff like that, you know? Yeah. That's what I'm doing the most with the time that I have now while I'm single, because I know this time isn't going to be very long. Yeah. So now that I have time, that's why I'm coaching, that's why I'm doing all this stuff as much as I can. Because as soon as I'm married and have kids, that's my priority.
Yeah.
And you too.
I was, we were talking about it. I was like, we were talking about buying stuff. And he was like, you have no obligations to anybody else.
Yeah. Because I was like telling Brad, I'm like, dude, if you like find like something you really like, or because he was saying, oh, I feel bad, I got this hoodie I really like, and it's a little bit expensive. I was like, dude, like now, if anything, now's the time to do stuff like that.
Exactly, because I don't know no wife.
Yeah,
kids,
if you had like 3 kids and you're buying like shirts like that, I'd be like, what the heck's wrong with you, dude?
You dumbass. Excuse my language.
Morty. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, the new season of Rick and Morty's out, dude.
It was good.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was freaking funny, dude. It had everything that I wanted, and I was like, oh man, I missed this. It's been 2 years. We just watched an episode earlier. It's funny.
Rick, that's against the grain.
Yeah, Rick Sanchez. That's what I'm gonna name my son. I'm gonna change my last name and everything.
Rick Sanchez. Oh yeah, Rick. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we did this though. Seriously, it's good to have you back. I'm glad we're hanging out.
Same, brother bear.
Glad to be back on the net. We miss you guys, and you know, we appreciate your feedback. Like I said, please be sure and like and subscribe. I feel so stupid saying that, but seriously, if you guys don't get subscribed and you don't click on that little bell, you're not going to get notified. And if you guys don't follow us on social media, you guys won't know when we put stuff out. And we don't put it out consistently, so when we put it out, it's like you would want to get that, you know?
Yep.
But
could be today, could be tomorrow, baby.
That's it, man. We're against the grain.
All right, later,
hey,
brother.
Thanks, man.
Love you, doggy.
We'll see you soon, okay? Bible.